G'day everyone, I'm Blaze, and welcome to episode number 64. I knew she was going to do it. Of the Trackpoint podcast with Kinunners and myself. She was going quiet.
It was, is the key
And then
word
I said the intro, and she's like, nah, my turn.
Yeah, she's got to have a part in the intro.
And the rest of the video, by the sounds of it. She might be a bit loud today. She hasn't stopped going off all morning until I gave her a head pat a moment ago.
Yep.
And now she's back to being loud again because she feels like it. She's energetic. Yeah. Very energetic.
Yep.
I'm gonna put a shot out on her soon. Anyway, yeah, the podcast today. We have some things to talk about, some fun things. Not actually that.
Do we?
Not necessarily as many things as usual. However, things that we can go a little bit more in depth about this time, which is
okay.
Which is a nice
That's
change.
handy.
And then, yeah, then I want to talk about the Switch, like the build up to the Switch 2's release, because it's been a whole thing, and I thought may as well go over it before the Switch 2 comes out.
It's a situation.
Next week, as of doing this podcast. This will be the last podcast before the Switch 2 comes out.
Exactly. Oh, wow. Special.
However, the next podcast probably won't have us talking about the Switch 2 because of when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
We will be recording another podcast before the Switch 2 comes out. However, that podcast will come out after the Switch 2.
Yep.
What a confusing mess. Anyway, first thing I want to talk about is... I'm looking down my list of things. I always like to pace it in a different amount, therefore I don't actually go from order what's on my list.
Oh, okay, you just
all
pick
the time.
one.
First thing we'll talk about is Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
We were talking about stuff briefly beforehand, about them shutting down Prince of Persia's development team. Some of those people moved over to another team and are working on a AAA Rayman game.
Oh! Finally.
Finally.
It's only been years.
Whether or not it'll be 2D or 3D, I don't know. There has been both 2D and 3D Rayman games over the time.
Either or is fine, as far as I'm concerned.
Judging by the fact that they keep calling it... Well, apparently the job listings online call it a AAA Rayman game. I'm going to assume it's 3D.
It's 3D, probably, yeah.
However, another game like Origins and Legends wouldn't be too bad. Either.
Yeah, either is fine.
Good game.
Honestly, it's just Rayman's been brought back.
Quiet, my birdo of birds.
Bird, please. Anyway, yeah, bringing back Rayman's fine, regardless. It's been a long time since I've seen anything Rayman related.
I'm excited, yeah. I'm excited to see them do something, because Rayman has always been their mascot, however they never do anything with him.
Yeah, they don't do anything with Rayman, unless he's like a cameo character in something, for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. I think he cameoed in... Is it Mario and Rabbids?
Yeah, I think so.
It's because of the rabbits. That's why they don't do anything with Rayman anymore.
Yeah.
The rabbits took over Rayman and destroyed it.
Poor Rayman.
Oh my gosh. Nice to hear, though, that there's something new coming from the franchise.
Yeah.
That's simply...
That is very good.
Exciting. You're going to have to tell our brother about it later, too.
Yeah. So many things. So many stuff that's coming back from the dead this year.
I know! You got Croc. The Gex is about to come back as well.
Gex, Echo.
Yeah, Echo.
Rayman.
People have realized, the developers and stuff, not developers themselves, the game companies have realized that people want some more.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with Astrobot.
Popular. Probably.
And how successful it was. It wasn't necessarily money-wise successful. It was successful money-wise. However, it wasn't extraordinarily over the moon. However, it won Game of the Year, didn't it?
The impact. Yeah.
It's had a massive impact, and all these companies are looking around now and going, "Do we have a 3D platformer person that we can do stuff with?"
Yeah, exactly.
It's and they're like, "Oh yeah, we do. Here they are."
Yeah. There they are.
Oh, it's nice to see. I really hope Astrobot as well not only gets people to start bringing their other properties back, it really pushes what they do with it as well. They don't simply release a half-baked simple game I hope people
Half-baked,
look at it
half
and go, we need to
remaster.
compete with that. Let's make better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Therefore, yeah. I'm curious to see what a brand new Rayman game will be, whether 2D or 3D. I'm assuming 3D, as I said. However,
Yeah, I can imagine it's 3D, but
yeah. I think the
either's
last time... Because you had Legends was last, I think.
fine. Yeah.
However, right before that, there was a remaster of Rayman 2, I believe, that came out on the 3DS. I think that's the last time 3D stuff had happened.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very, very strange.
Because, like, Legends was great.
Oh, Legends is amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh, Origins is pretty good as well. I mean, Legends is essentially
As
a direct
Origin.
sequel to Origins, and then most of Origins levels are in Legends as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Therefore, yeah. Oh gosh. Anyway, next thing. It has been confirmed that you can use your USB mouse on the Switch, like a normal one.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to
Oh, that's
use the
good.
Switch's Joy-Cons if you you're doing
That's
something
alright.
like specific, that's
Yeah,
nice.
That's pretty good.
That's good. It means less carpal tunnel for some people.
Yeah.
I've seen already. There's accessories coming out that go that sort of go where you know how like the new straps sit on the bottom of the Switch 2 Joy-Cons.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some accessories come out that sort of go there as well. That make it put like a curve around it to make it like a full mouse and stuff like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that's probably a better way to do it, considering how bad for your wrists the Switch 2's ones would
yeah.
be after a good amount of time.
Yeah, honestly.
It's wonder Nintendo didn't release something like that to go with it.
I'm sure they probably will. They probably just haven't thought about it.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, that is exciting though. That you can use normal USB mouse.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I need a USB-C adapter first, unless the dock has USB ports, I guess.
It might do.
Maybe.
It might have one in the back.
Yeah. The only thing is, I don't know whether you'd be able to use like a dongle and use wireless mice. If you can, that'd be even better.
I'd say probably not, but you might be able to.
Yeah, it'd be good for things like because I think I might be wrong. However, I think you can plug a keyboard into the Switch dock and simply use it for typing things.
Can you?
I think you can.
That's cool.
Which would make
Okay.
things a lot easier and things especially like in Minecraft when you're writing signs or something.
Yeah.
I found this is completely off tangent. In Minecraft, right? With signs and stuff, you can make things bold or different colors depending on what symbols you put before and after it.
Yeah.
And the symbol to make things to do stuff with, it's like an S inside an S. It's a funny looking symbol. However, I was
Yeah.
looking through the keyboard menus, and at least by what I could find, I don't think the Xbox has that symbol anywhere
Oh.
to use it, which makes it hard to type
Odd.
things in different fonts and stuff like that on the Xbox.
Yeah.
However, the Switch, on the keyboard, you can press this little world button, and it will take you to all the
Yeah.
different languages. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's literally a symbols one. And I
Cool.
found it in there, and I'm like, perfect. I can type it all on the Switch. So I don't have to be near my PC simply to write signs.
Oh, that's great.
Because it's a bit easier on the Switch too with the touchscreen. I can.
Yeah.
Oh, that was completely off topic over here. That's funny. Let's quickly have a look at Nintendo today, because I've been I've got more things. However, the USB mouse thing reminded me that there's they've been showing off hardware things and all that sort of stuff again.
Yeah.
They showed the carry case off again, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I know the difference now to why they showed off the carry case once and twice in the case and once and twice.
Okay.
It's because the first time was simply the 3D view. This time it's the actual overview that tells you about it.
Oh, that's why. That makes way more sense.
Yeah, I was very confused as well. Well, they have little icons in the carry case for where each part goes.
Oh, do
That's
they?
adorable. Pro controller, Joy-Cons, controller
That's
grip,
great.
Switch. What's...
Oh,
I don't know what that is. Minus
No
inside
idea.
a thing? A camera, I'm assuming then?
might be a camera.
I don't know.
No idea.
That's funny.
Ain't got a clue.
Oh, they had concept art for Metroid Dread? Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny looking. Looks like... can you see the concept art for Metroid Dread?
I don't think I had it today.
Oh, did it come up for you? Well, it kind of looks like Samus got infected by the flood.
Sounds like Samus.
Which is funny. Minecraft. Oh, Nintendo San Francisco opened today, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh gosh. Camera view. It shows. Oh yeah, they talked about all the different views you could have on the camera. It's kind of upsetting that you can't have like. It says you can have like full screen. Where is it here? It says it somewhere here. Oh, you can have the face only on the corner. Okay, that's. Oh, that's in the corner like that. Yeah, it's kind of sad that you can't seem to have like when we're talking, it simply pops up with our names on the Xbox.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can simply have that up on the side of the screen or something.
Oh.
Which is upsetting. Yeah, screen size. You can simply have like bigger, smaller, or gone altogether. Like that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is kind of funny. Yeah, there's not much on Nintendo today at the moment though. Apparently there's something going around where like you can't screen record Nintendo today. Like all you get is a black screen.
Really?
Fun fact.
I wouldn't have a clue. Haven't tried.
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. They've been showing off a lot of Mario Kart World stuff on there, which leads me into my next thing, which is Mario Kart World. Apparently began prototyping in 2017. It was apparently originally meant to be a Switch 1 game.
Uh-huh.
They released like a full they had an interview recently.
That's interesting.
And they talked about a lot of different things. Yeah, Mario Kart World began its prototyping phase in March 2017, like when the Switch 1 came out.
Yeah.
And apparently it was always going to be an open world.
Yep.
That was always the plan.
Yeah, that's fair.
Over the years, they've never worked out how to get it to run on the Switch properly.
Huh.
Apparently, they even had ideas about cutting the frame rate and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
And they didn't really want to do it. And then apparently, after the booster course pass was like announced, that's when they decided to move it to the Switch 2.
Huh. Okay.
Therefore, yeah, it's
definitely interesting.
It's spent like 8 years in development.
I feel like it's a bit. What is the word? Is lackluster the right word?
For 8 years in development?
For 8 years, yeah.
Well, it kind of makes me feel a little bit like, oh, that was obviously meant to be a Switch 1 game. Like that.
Yeah.
I guess that it made like seeing it now, it does feel like it was meant to be a Switch 1 game. Simply couldn't run as well on the Switch 1. I don't know whether it justifies the price.
Yeah.
The fact that it was in development for such a long time. Yeah, I don't know.
It definitely does feel like a Switch 1 game.
Apparently the idea of the food as well came with the burger. Like they had the burger design and they're like, yeah, we're doing food.
Oh, okay.
And then apparently the idea of having all the different enemies and like all the different Mario characters came because of the cow.
Really?
Yeah.
Moo did that?
Sorry?
Moo did that?
Moo did that, yeah. Yeah, apparently it was because of Moo. There was a...
Moo's not an enemy, though.
I know.
I wouldn't count Moo as an enemy,
well,
at least.
I think we're thinking of them as enemies, because that's what we usually see them as. However, but what they were saying in the interview... I suppose
they're just creatures.
All the characters they brought in were simply, like, for the most part, background elements in Mario Kart games.
Oh, yeah, okay, I suppose.
Which a Moo is definitely one of.
Definitely, yeah. I think most of them are.
Oh gosh. Therefore, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense, I guess.
Yeah, that makes a bit more sense.
I guess it does, in my opinion, it does have the downside though of like, you lose a bit from like adding all this random lot of characters.
You do.
Like it's not as surprising when a character gets announced for it now, or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Personally.
It's like, oh, this other creature that's always been in Mario.
We have a Wiggler in the game. Now we have a
That's a 3D version now.
It's a 3D version. We have Donkey Kong in the game. We have Donkey Kong Jr. in the game. Diddy Kong's not in the game though.
No, not Diddy Kong, no.
That's strange. Apparently Diddy Kong got a new design as well. I haven't seen it yet.
Did he?
Apparently.
I haven't seen it either.
Apparently there's like a pin in his hat or something.
Is that all?
I don't know, that's not what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'll take your word for it.
The whole new thing. That goes hand in hand with like the new Mario renders and stuff, because like Donkey Kong's obviously the standout in the new renders.
Yeah.
Because of his new design. Do you think it's because of the movie, or do you think they were going to redesign him anyway?
Honestly, I feel like they were looking for an excuse to redesign and used the movie.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was already like a thought. Like, they were like, oh, we should update it somehow. And then like the movie came out and they were like, perfect timing.
Exactly.
I can see that being how
to me it feels like they were pondering on the redesign for a while.
Yeah.
Before, not even including the movie. Speaking of movies though.
Yeah.
Miyamoto had a bit of an interview about Pikmin.
Oh?
About Pikmin. And apparently he's really trying to push like Pikmin as a media franchise as well now.
Really?
Like he really wants to push it. And apparently someone asked him about a movie and he was like, that'd be fun.
In the Miyamoto way. That's a Miyamoto answer if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, no, apparently he really wants to try to push Pikmin out even further.
I'm okay with that. I like Pikmin.
Which, like, I'm fine with as well. Like, Pikmin's great and all. Have like, my biggest thing is like, if it didn't blow up with Pikmin 4, is it going to blow up?
Very true.
Like, because Pikmin's never been like the highest seller or anything like that.
No. The only thing I can think of right now is that a Pikmin movie would turn out looking like Bug's Life.
Bugs. Yeah, what would even a Pikmin movie be like? Like,
oh my goodness.
Like, what would be?
Oh god.
Who would be cast to play Olimar? That's what I want to know.
Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan. No, he's Louis.
True. He's got to be one of them.
Rowan Atkinson. I like that. But do you think it'd be like a comedy lot? Like doing...
I reckon they could probably make it. It'd be like a drama comedy.
Because what's the name of the guy who does like the Pink Panther movies and stuff?
Oh!
He literally had a movie where he had a big nose.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't think of his name.
He could be Olimar.
Comes into like the recording set, he's like, oh, big nose, I've been here before.
It's round this time.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, I can remember. Is that Steve Carell?
It might be.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Anyway, I feel like he might be a bit old. However, he'd be funny. To be fair, Rowan Atkinson's a bit old as well.
What if they got whoever played the villagers?
Well, as in like the one who talked, or simply the hmms?
The hmms in general.
The hmms.
Just in general.
Olimar does talk. He goes rah 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 rah.
True. That's why I said Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, I suppose the voice would fit very well, wouldn't it? The thing is, though, like, I'm assuming the character would be Olimar. However, like,
yeah.
Would it?
Would it?
Because, like, in 3 and 4, you don't play as Olimar. Oh, you mean you play as Olimar very small amounts.
Oh, true. Yeah. Maybe they start at 1.
To start at 1. Olimar gets stuck on the planet. Like, would it be live action though, or would it be animated? Like,
true. I can see it being animated actually. They just have voice acting.
Well, I think that would make more sense. We've already had like, is it the
that
Pikmin
would make
shorts?
a lot more sense. Yeah.
Well, in that case, Rowan Atkinson would be a good voice actor for Olimar.
Yeah.
And who could
Oh
be
my
Louis?
I don't know.
The guy who
Rowan
plays
Atkinson,
Malfoy
but
from Harry
high
Potter.
pitched. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Just put a voice filter over Rowan.
he voices everyone.
Yep, he's the entire cast.
No, they need Steve Downs to play Olimar.
Steve.
You hear Chief's voice come out.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Did you find out who it was?
Anyway. No, I didn't.
No. It's fine. Oh gosh,
Alright.
yeah, no.
Sure,
Yeah, I
we'll
think
find
a
out
Pikmin
more.
movie would be hilarious. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they'd do it. Do you think, like it would play into the fact that it's like Earth, except they're tiny, or do you think it'd be like do you think the story would play into that, or do you think that would simply be a background element? Because there's not really a story element in the Pikmin games.
Yeah.
Like it is every now and then. There's a little bit to it. However, there's not much. Like.
Yeah. That is a good question.
And do you think humans will exist? Because they
Probably
don't
not.
seem to exist in Pikmin. Maybe they're
No.
all away every time everything happens. Like,
Maybe. I
oh,
don't
the
know.
amount of brands they could get in for a Pikmin movie.
Oh my goodness.
It reminds me of Pikmin 2 before they re-released it, where like you could get like a Duracell battery.
Yeah.
When they re-released it for the Switch, they simply made it like a basic generic battery
Yeah.
because the branding like had run out.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know,
Amazing.
like, what even would be the story though? I guess the story would be like he crash lands and has to get off again.
And
Have
have
like,
the Pikmin.
what happens every night? Like, do they simply leave and then come back in the morning? Like,
That's a good question. Huh.
what is the plot? Oh,
Yeah.
I kind of want to know. I kind of want to.
I want to know now. I want to
No,
know
what
for
a
this
plot would be
non-existent
for
Pikmin movie.
I guess they could introduce they would probably introduce the night mechanics from Pikmin 4.
I don't know what they are, so.
Neither, I never got to that point.
Oh.
I know that's a thing though. You can go out at night.
Yeah.
Therefore, they'd probably make that a thing. I would
Maybe
imagine.
that,
I wonder
yeah.
if it would last 30
Like-
days, like in the first game.
They might have it so it's like, kind of like before 4, where you leave in a ship for like a couple nights, and then they bring it in.
Yeah, maybe. They go up and hover overnight for a little while. It's like,
Yeah.
hover in the air. Oh gosh. All I want to see is some Pikmin animated doing some funny things, like in the Pikmin shorts. They're great.
Yes.
That's all we need.
And I'd love that.
Oh gosh. Anyway, looking over my list, I think that's everything
Looking
I've
over your
got.
list. Oh.
Other than, well, some other stuff that I want to talk, like the big stuff I want to talk
Yeah.
about. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, the ghasts.
Like, Gar?
The
Ghast.
Mojang released a video going over like the development of the ghast, the happy ghasts and stuff.
Yep.
And they showed off some what's it called? Some concept art.
Oh, yeah?
And I don't know. When I think of like people in a game development company, I always think of like pure artists and all that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And like I know that's not actually always the case, and I know how concept art does work. Like I've done a lot of game development myself. I'm like, my concept art is stick figures most of the time. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like they released some concept art, and I think it's simply funny what it looks like.
Yeah?
No, it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's like literally like someone's like drawn a ghast leaning forward with a boat hanging underneath it with some like some black and white versions of villagers sitting in it.
Oh my goodness.
That looks kind of goofy. Oh gosh.
To be fair, ghasts are kind of goofy.
Yeah, ghasts are very goofy. Oh, there it is. I found the concept art. Yeah, it's like This is like a very, very basic sketch of like a ghast with a guy on top of it, and then like boat hanging underneath with 2 villagers in it. It's such a basic
that's
sketch
great.
that it feels like I don't know, it doesn't feel like what you think of when you think of concept art. You think of like where it's like been like water painted and all that sort of stuff. Like
Yeah.
like my favorite thing all the time is like when Chief flies towards the concept art in Halo 3. Like that's always funny. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. You know what I miss?
No idea.
Well, something that Halo 5 did that I wish
Okay.
Halo Infinite did was
Yeah.
Halo 5's loading screens used to show up all the different types of concept art.
Yeah.
And I think that's simply fun. Like, I wish more games would do that.
It is good.
I like
It would be
it
nice.
when they do that. I think like the especially Infinite's loading screens are very boring.
Yeah, they are.
They're simply the key art and they're like, oh, that's it.
I like
Better
being able
yet,
to look
if
at
they went back to
the-
like Halo 1, 2, and 3's loading screens.
Yeah.
They're better again. What even is Halo 4's? Is it the UNSC symbol?
I
Is
think
that
it's
what it
just the UNSC symbol.
Is it like
Memory.
the old UNSC symbol turning into the new one or something?
I think so.
I think. Something like that. I don't know. Halo 3's is probably my favorite loading screen where like it literally it's like the ring being constructed in hologram form. Like
Yeah.
that's fun.
So I like seeing the concept art in Metroid.
Yeah.
Being able to go look at that is very nice.
Yeah, I like the
Very
idea of
detailed.
concept art as loading screens. It does something with the concept art for one, and then like it makes it.
Well, they're not loading screens in Metroid, but it's close enough. They're in an extras menu. You can go find them easily.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I suppose loading screens are slowly becoming a thing of the past now,
True.
with SSDs and stuff like that. This is nice
But
to see
still.
nonetheless. Anyway, yeah. In this Happy Cast video, they talk about like the leashes and stuff, and why they made the leashes
Yep.
be able to attach to most things, essentially. Well, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. And essentially, it's apparently because like from the start they wanted to be able to leash things from the ghast,
Yeah.
and then like it simply kept evolving until you'd be able to leash essentially everything together.
Just kept evolving.
Yeah. Kept changing
great.
and chopping, and eventually became leash like 10 animals together. Go, have fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. There's a part in the video though where they have a sniffer attached to a ghast, right? But the
Yeah.
sniffer's not in a boat, from what I can tell. It's simply leaded on, and I don't
Oh.
think you can do that.
Interesting.
Well, either they're adding that, or they haven't added that, or they're not gonna. I don't know. Have like,
Something there.
yeah, I'm pretty sure
a
you
little bit
can't
strange.
attach a sniffer like that. Because if you can, that means you'd be able to attach a horse, because you can't put horses in boats anymore. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's
Hmm.
strange. I think they buffed as
No
well
idea.
how leads on boats work. I think you can like pull them up blocks now,
Okay.
which would be very
Not
handy
bad.
if we ever want to move things around.
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk about the release, the build up to release for the Switch 2, because it's been a wild time.
That has been something.
Like we can trace this back all the way to like, I don't know, like a year after the Switch came out, when they were talking about all the Switch Pro stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking about Switch Pro stuff for ages, like literally since almost like, yeah, since about a year after the Switch came out, and probably even when the Switch came out. Like,
Yeah.
people do that, and there's people talking about the Switch 2 Pro now.
Oh my goodness.
So guys,
No.
the Switch 2 hasn't even come out yet.
No. Stop that. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh gosh, have like yeah. Then I remember the Lite came out, and everyone's like, a Pro's definitely coming out now.
No.
And then, well, I reckon the OLED was meant to be a Pro originally. However,
It
like
probably
COVID
was.
and the chip shortages and everything messed everything up. I think
Yeah.
that's my best guess. And then they released like, yeah, I reckon the OLED was meant to be like a Pro version of the Switch, and that it simply didn't happen because it's basically the exact same except with a better screen and like a slightly bigger screen.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Also, I think it's the
Yeah.
same size screen, however, like the bezels are less existent. And there's a better stand and some better audio and all that sort of thing. I'm curious to see what the Switch 2... Because they said there's going to be better audio on the Switch 2. I'm curious to see how much they improve it over the OLEDs.
No idea.
Because the OLED's apparently meant to have better audio as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. The Switch... What was I saying? Oh yeah, the OLED came out. I reckon that was meant to be the Switch Pro. And then... I think that kind of soured a lot of people on the idea of a Switch Pro. Even though people were continuing to clamour for it.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it's odd in general.
Yeah, and then I remember there was even Switch Pro stuff coming out until even like a year or two ago. Like
there was, yeah.
It's like obviously they're simply gonna wait for the next console, guys. Like
exactly.
Oh. Gosh.
And even then, like I wouldn't bank on there being a Pro.
And then we started getting the leaks.
Hmm.
The leaks. My gosh, I think this is going to be the most leaked console in history.
Honestly.
We knew what the console was long before it came out.
Literally.
Or before it was shown off for the first time. We knew what most of the features of the console were like weeks before it was shown off for the first time.
Exactly.
Which I think is absolutely hilarious. Like the fact that that many people managed to get their hands on it or like take pictures of something, recreate it, and all that sort of stuff. It's like, I don't think I've seen one of the fake leaks. Because there's that many real leaks.
I don't think I have either. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's
I don't think
how
I saw
many
anything
like
fake
leaks
either.
there were for this thing. Like, I literally I remember like it isn't happening as much now because the Switch 2 is about to come out. I'm like, was it around like Christmas time and stuff like that? There was a point where I was getting up every morning and be like, this new thing is leaked. This new different thing's leaked. It's all leaked.
Yeah.
It's like, my gosh.
Yeah.
Come to, like, we covered a lot of the leaks here on the podcast.
Yep.
Every week I'd like compile together some of the leaks onto my list and be like, here.
Which leaks have I seen today?
Yeah, exactly.
Put it on a bingo card.
They were everywhere. The leak bingo card. I like that. Oh gosh. Yeah, no. However, like, yeah, it's possibly, I think, the most leaked console that I know of, at least.
Honestly, I think so.
Like, there's been big game leaks before. I remember, I think it was Smash Brothers for Wii U. Its roster got leaked out like weeks before the game came out or something.
Oh, really?
And the funny thing is, though, the DS version was coming out before the Wii U version anyway.
Yeah.
And it had the same roster.
Yeah.
Therefore, everyone was going to know what roster was in the Wii U game.
Yeah.
That's what things like that. Like, I know, like, the new Donkey Kong game has technically already been, like, leaked before. I remember when it was first leaked. And all that sort of thing. Like, there's simply been a lot of leaks, I think especially around Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
I
Like,
don't know either.
Okay?
Nintendo's not happy with it, I can tell you that much.
No, but, like, how does it keep happening?
I think they pride themselves on their security, therefore people, like... It's kind of like reverse psychology.
Yeah, they want to see if they can crack it more.
Yeah. I think that's sort of what it's like. Like, if they can, like, get through Nintendo's, like, leak wall, I don't even know what you call it, then they can do whatever they sort of, like, show off whatever they need to type thing. Then, like, it was getting to the point where there was literally, accessory manufacturers and stuff leaking the system. Like,
yeah.
That doesn't happen.
No.
What is that? Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's funny. I don't understand how it got leaked as much as it did.
Honestly,
I mean,
no
it
idea.
might be as well because like they're overproducing units on purpose to try and see if they can get them all, like, to get everyone to Switch 2 when it comes out.
Exactly.
I wonder if that's like has something to do with it. The fact that there's simply more units, therefore more leaks. Maybe.
It might be.
I remember because, like,
At least it might partially be.
Yeah.
Maybe not fully, but.
I remember because the Switch 1 did get leaked out before it came out. It was only like a week or two though beforehand. Before it was shown off, sorry. However, like, it wasn't known to the, because I never saw those leaks for the Switch One. Like,
I didn't either.
I don't think it was known to the general, like, audience, like consumer audience stuff like that. It was all more like it was niche, I guess, those leaks.
Yeah.
Like less people
Yeah.
talked about them, all that sort of thing. Like, it feels different this time because like I feel like everybody and their uncle knows what the Switch 2 looked like before it
Yeah,
came.
exactly. Everyone was like, oh yeah.
Even if they weren't
magnetic
interested in
Joy-Con.
getting one, they're like, yeah, I know what the Switch 2 looks like.
Yeah. Everyone knew about the magnetic Joy-Cons.
Yeah. Yeah, the magnetic Joy-Cons, the fact that it was a C button. The C button was the only thing we didn't know
yeah,
what it
the
did.
C button. The C
It
button.
was very
is the only
underwhelming when we
thing
found
that
out what it
wasn't leaked.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the magnetic Joy-Cons. The fact that it had magnets in it was leaked like 3 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when that rumor first came. I was like, oh, the Switch 2 might have magnetic Joy-Cons, and I was like, I don't know how magnets are going to go with technology. And even to this day, I go, I don't know how magnets are going to go with technology. I'm like,
But even.
obviously they
Anyway.
figured out a way to do it. The fact that I don't know. I mean, the fact that it was an LCD screen instead of an OLED. I mean, that was kind of a given. However, like,
Yeah.
even then, I don't know. The fact that it was simply going to be a better Switch.
Yeah.
And then, like, well, the mouse got even leaked,
Yes.
like months before.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that it has mice, like,
I was
Oh.
talked about so long ago.
yeah. It's like, I can't believe this. I remember, like, before the Switch 1's reveal, there was, like, the biggest leak I saw going around was this one where it was, like, the entire console was a touchscreen and the joysticks came out of the touchscreen. I
What?
saw that everywhere.
I don't remember that.
It was, like, roughly the shape of the Vita, and yeah, it was like that every time.
Oh my god.
And then I remember when it came out, and a lot of like general people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's not looking like that leak," and I'm like, "Do you know how unergonomic that leak
Sure
was?
why
Like,
it would. Yeah.
that would have been awful to have a console like that. Like,
Exactly.
I
It's
don't
been
get-
terrible.
The funniest thing is now, looking at the Switch 2 compared to the One. I remember when the Switch 1 came out, and everyone was talking about how sleek it was for a Nintendo console.
Yeah.
And the fact that they didn't use much colors with it, especially if you had like the grey version, not the colored Joy-Con version, like made it like more like techie as opposed to toy.
Yeah.
However, if you look at the Switch 1, even that generic stock grey version from launch, if you look at that compared to the Switch 2, it looks like a toy.
Yep.
And that's the funniest
Yep.
thing to me.
It does. It honestly it does.
It's such like a... Because the Switch 2, like, takes the sleekness to the next sort of level, I guess.
It does. I mean,
the
I guess
funny
that's
thing.
the whole point.
I kind of
but
wish
like,
they did something else with the dock.
well, what else
The
are you
Switch
gonna
2's
do
dock
with
is
a dock
kind
though?
of, like, it does do a lot of work. It's got a fan in it now, I mean...
Yeah.
I don't know, I really liked the idea of them, like, lowering the front of the dock and having the screen visible and showing, like, the time or notifications and stuff.
Yeah.
That is something that I would have liked. It may have been a little bit difficult to, like, bake it into the hardware to use both the TV screen and whatever's on the Switch screen at the same time. However, like, I don't know. It would have been a fun
Yeah,
idea.
it still would have been good. Yeah.
And then you could have, like, yeah, I don't know. It would have been a fun idea. Oh, the other thing as well I noticed in the Nintendo today is I think it's already been stated before, however, it's sort of confirmed now that you can use whatever camera you want as well,
Okay.
which is neat.
Oh, that's nice.
Means you don't have to get the Nintendo camera, which
Yeah.
makes me wonder why they're pricing it as high as they are, because at that point,
Because
like,
why?
why would you not buy a generic camera or use your own
Yeah,
camera?
exactly.
The only thing is it has to be a USB-C one, I think, because it's got to plug into the Switch directly.
Yeah.
Even then, you can get adapters and stuff.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, adapters exist.
like, yeah, I don't know. Have like the Switch 2's release build up, and then like over the last month or two, it hasn't been quiet. Everyone keeps talking about the Switch 2 and stuff, and as I said, people are starting to talk about the Switch
Yeah.
2 Pro. It doesn't like, it doesn't feel like there's been that much, like there's as excitement as such, I guess, as there should be. Like there's excitement. It definitely is. However, like,
But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah,
there seems to
the
be a lot of
Switch 2.
controversy.
yeah,
Especially, I mean, the main one being around the price, and that's completely understandable. However, like,
Yeah.
Like, you got the price, you got Nintendo being able to record you with the camera.
Yeah.
Technically, it's a technicality. Like, it's not
It is.
quite as bad as it sounds. Yeah, no, there's a lot of little things like that. The fact that, like, even like with like the voice chat and everything going, that it could possibly make some games run worse, possibly.
I mean, that's normal though.
In quotes. It's like it's a whole thing. The fact that the screen share is laggy, which I was completely expecting.
I mean, I expected that, yeah. That one's a given.
I don't know. There's some people who even think the Switch 2 is completely underpowered. Like,
What?
and I'm like, okay.
Underpowered?
Especially for its price point, it's not. However, okay.
Sure.
I don't know what they're comparing it to, because by what I know, I think it's more powerful than the Steam Deck. And it's a nicer form factor.
I imagine it is.
That's the funny thing as well. Like, the Switch 2, it was unlike the other handheld consoles that have been coming out from all the different companies. Like, the Switch 2, or at least from what I can tell, has been designed with the mentality of console first, like power second, almost.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if you look at a Steam Deck or a ROG Ally or a Lenovo Legion or an MSI Claw or
Whatever,
there's too many of them now.
other handhelds.
They've all been designed like as like mini PCs first, more than anything else. They are
Pretty
thick.
much.
They are a lot heavier. They get hotter. Like,
Yep. They're just tiny PCs.
yeah. A lot of them don't like, because games aren't optimized directly for them because they're little PCs, not game consoles.
Yeah.
Like, therefore, a game, even if the Switch 2, well, I think the Switch 2 is powerful than a lot of them, more powerful than a lot of them. Even if it's not as powerful as some of them, some games will probably run better on the Switch 2 because it's actually been optimized for the Switch 2. Like, it's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's a whole thing, and like,
It's
I don't
a
know,
whole
the
thing.
fact that the Switch 2 is as thin as the Switch 1, that's what I keep thinking of. Like, the fact that they
Yeah.
were able to fit, like, the ability to play, like, Cyberpunk at 40 frames onto the Switch 2, or 45 frames, or whatever it is, onto the Switch 2 at that size that it is. Like, it's bigger.
Yeah.
However, it's very thin compared to
It is.
a lot of the competition. Every time I see the Steam Deck in someone's hands, they have to, like, clutch it with both hands. Like, holding it with one hand is very difficult.
It's a whole brick. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And a lot of people don't understand... Well, they literally don't understand, like, DLSS and all that sort of thing. That, like, even if the internals aren't as powerful as they could be, NVIDIA's, like, software and stuff completely changes the game. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like, it'll make games run way better.
It just
like,
will.
That's simply how it works. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the technical details of it. However, it will make a lot of games run a lot better anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's funny. The Switch 2 has been such a funny, like, build up to release, and
It's
it's going to be
yeah,
interesting to
it's
see what it's
very
like
odd.
in what day does this come out? Friday?
in like a
In
week.
less than a week from when this
Yeah.
comes out. Bit over a week from when we're recording this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah. Do you have anything else to say about that?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think so. The Switch 2 has been very strange.
Very strange build up to launch. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what people say after it comes out.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Maybe
Let's find
the
out
review units will be sent out before the we record next week.
Maybe.
Therefore, we can talk about that maybe. Anyway, what was our poll for last week? It was
What
games,
game?
wasn't it?
Yeah, what games would you like to see come to the Switch 2 first?
Yeah.
And I think it's 2 people said Halo Wars 1 and 2.
Yay.
And someone, third person said Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
Yeah. Some of the third person. Okay. And no one else said anything about whatever the other games were.
No.
What were they?
I put Metaphor there, and then I put a resort version of Nintendo Switch Sports.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh gosh.
I was like,
Yeah.
that's a funny one to put in there.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, what will our poll for this week be?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Something about Rayman, maybe?
Maybe? Or what about like another Switch 2 one because the Switch 2's coming out. Maybe we could do like what has been the strangest part about the build up to the release for the Switch 2?
Oh yeah.
And then we can put in like
maybe.
the leaks.
What's been the weirdest leak? Zero knowledge of the C button? Yeah.
The fact that for some reason the video stuff hasn't been leaked.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Somehow.
Oh god. Anyway, otherwise though, is that all we've got for this week?
I think that's all.
Yes. Next week we will be doing something, as we said.
Yeah.
Don't know how it's all going to work yet. And probably won't be talking about much about the Switch 2 because we'll be recording it before the Switch 2 comes out. Anyway, with that, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening, and we shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye.